Hey Redeemer, happy Friday. It's June 9th. I'm Pastor Miller. Moses was a murderer. David committed sexual assault and then was complicit in the murder of Uriah, her husband. The Apostle Paul was a mass murderer. He admitted before a king when he was on trial that he traveled to foreign cities and cast his vote against Christians so that they could be killed. And yet God used all of those men as called workers in his ministry. Would you pick them? I don't know that all of us would pick the ministers we've got at Redeemer. Who's Pastor Miller, Pastor Hartman? Who is Principal Rich or any of the teachers on our staff? Are they like better than David or Moses or Paul because they don't have a rap sheet, because they're not felons? Not in the least. When you come to worship this weekend at Redeemer, we're going to be looking at an overarching theme about ministry. God's ministers, all of our called workers, are sinners, same as anybody else, who have been forgiven and called by God to serve in his holy ministry, to serve specifically the saints who belong to Redeemer Lutheran Church. More on that in a minute. In news this week at Redeemer, keep stuffing those baby bottles full of your coins and change. Bring them back 1 week from this Sunday on Father's Day, the 18th. They're due. We'll collect all of them and send them off to New Beginnings, a home for unwed mothers. But don't forget that this Sunday, after the late service, 12:15, we'll carry out our annual meeting. Our annual meeting at Redeemer elects our church council, our president, vice president, and the leaders who make decisions and govern the day-to-day affairs of our congregation. We'll also hear reports of the wonderful ministry that's gone on through so many called workers and lay leaders inside of our congregation. We're spreading the gospel to a reach of a couple thousand people. We're also going to be approving an annual budget. Come to the annual meeting so that those things can be approved. But at our annual meeting, we're looking to call a couple of other sinners to join us in our ministry. We're looking to call a pastor who will oversee our discipleship. We're looking to call teacher or teachers who might serve in the 5th through 8th grade at Redeemer. Those things are on the docket at our annual meeting. Put that on your calendar and make plans to attend. There isn't anybody who deserves God's grace. There isn't anybody who deserves the forgiveness of sins, but undeserved love of God that he forgives you, undeserved love of God that he established the one divine institution on earth, the church, and he calls workers to serve it in God's name so that the forgiveness of sins can be dispensed through word and sacrament. What a blessing and privilege and honor it is for me to serve, for you to serve. I look forward to serving you this weekend at Redeemer. I'm Pastor Miller. That's your Ministry Minute.